Hey there, fellow taxpayers. Ever dream of a world where the government takes a bigger chunk of your hard-earned cash than you do? No? Weird, me neither. But let's face it, taxes are a part of life, and sometimes it feels like we're living in a never-ending cycle of paying and paying. You work hard, you earn your paycheck, and then, BAM! A significant portion of it vanishes into the abyss of taxes. It's like a magic trick, but without the fun and excitement. But buckle up, Buttercup, because today we're diving headfirst into the wacky world of sky-high taxes. Imagine your financial life as a roller coaster ride full of ups and downs, twists and turns. Just when you think you've got a handle on things, another tax bill comes along to throw you for a loop. It's a wild ride, and not always the fun kind you find at an amusement park. We're talking about those mythical lands where the government's appetite for your money is bigger than a hippo in a hot dog eating contest. Picture this, a giant hippo, mouth wide open, ready to devour everything in sight. That's your government, and those hot dogs, that's your paycheck. It's a voracious beast, and it seems like there's no end to its hunger. Think your taxes are bad now? Imagine a world where they make your eyes water more than chopping onions. You know that feeling when you're slicing through an onion and the tears just start flowing uncontrollably? That's what it's like dealing with exorbitant taxes. It's a stinging, relentless pain that you can't escape, no matter how much you try to shield yourself. This ain't just some theoretical mumbo-jumbo, folks. We're talking real-life scenarios where people are struggling to make ends meet because of the heavy tax burden. Imagine attending a community meeting where the main topic of discussion is how to cope with the latest tax hike. It's not just numbers on a page, it's real people, real lives, and real struggles. We're gonna break down what happens when governments go full-on tax-hungry hippo on their citizens. Hint, it ain't pretty. Picture a crowded street filled with stressed-out individuals, each one carrying the weight of their tax burdens on their shoulders. The cityscape is dominated by imposing government buildings, a constant reminder of where their money is going. And then there are the protests, people holding signs demanding relief from the crushing taxes. It's a chaotic scene, and it's happening in more places than you might think. So grab your calculators and your sense of humor. You'll need it, because it's about to get taxing up in here. Whether you're crunching numbers on a park bench or trying to find some levity with friends, it's important to stay informed and stay resilient. Taxes may be inevitable, but understanding them can make the ride a little less bumpy. So let's dive in and see what we can uncover about the wild world of taxes. First things first, let's define excessive taxation. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it really mean? It's a bit like pornography, you know it when you see it, but let's break it down further. Excessive taxation occurs when the government takes such a significant portion of your income that it hampers your ability to live comfortably and save for the future. Imagine working tirelessly, day in and day out, only to find that a large chunk of your hard-earned money is being siphoned off. You're left with just enough to cover the basics, and sometimes not even that. Think of it like this. You work your tail off all day, only to have Uncle Sam swoop in and demand the lion's share of your earnings. It's like running a marathon and having someone else take the medal. Suddenly, that fancy coffee habit and those avocado toasts don't seem so affordable anymore. Your lifestyle takes a hit, and you start questioning where all your money is going. Now, I'm all for paying taxes. After all, taxes are the price we pay for a civilized society. They fund essential services that we all rely on. Roads, schools, healthcare. That stuff doesn't pay for itself. These are the pillars of our community, and they need funding to function effectively. But there's a fine line between contributing to the common good and getting fleeced like a sheep in shearing season. When the tax burden becomes too heavy, it can stifle economic growth and innovation. And when governments cross that line, things can get ugly. People start to feel oppressed and disillusioned. They protest, they demand change, and sometimes they even take drastic measures to avoid paying what they see as unfair taxes. History is filled with examples of tax revolts and uprisings. From the Boston Tea Party to modern-day protests, excessive taxation has always been a catalyst for social unrest. So what's the solution? It's about finding a balance. Governments need to ensure they are collecting enough revenue to provide essential services without overburdening their citizens. Transparency and accountability in how tax dollars are spent can also help build trust and reduce resentment. At the end of the day, taxes are a necessary part of our social contract. But it's crucial that they are fair and just, allowing everyone to contribute to the common good without feeling like they're being robbed. Remember that old saying, too much of a good thing? Well, it applies to taxes too. When governments get greedy and jack up taxes to astronomical levels, it can trigger something called inflation. Inflation is basically when prices go up, 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 like a rocket fueled by your tax dollars. Suddenly that gallon of milk that used to cost $3 is now $12, and that new phone you've been eyeing, forget about it. Why does this happen? Well, when businesses have to pay more in taxes, they pass those costs on to you, the consumer. And when everyone has less money to spend because the government took it all in taxes, well, that just makes the problem worse. It's a vicious cycle of tax-fueled misery. Imagine you're a business owner. You've poured your heart and soul into building your business from the ground up. Every day you wake up with a sense of purpose, ready to tackle the challenges that come your way. You've got a great idea, a solid work ethic and a dream. Your team is motivated, your customers are happy, and everything seems to be going well. But then you start to notice something troubling. The government keeps hitting you with higher and higher taxes. Each year the tax burden grows heavier, eating into your profits and making it harder to reinvest in your business. What do? Well, if you're smart and not keen on going bankrupt, you might just pack your bags and take your business elsewhere. You start looking at other countries or states with more favorable tax rates, places where your business can thrive without the constant financial strain. This is exactly what happens when taxes become too burdensome. Businesses flee to countries with lower tax rates, taking jobs and economic opportunity with them. It's a phenomenon known as tax flight, and it can have devastating effects on the local economy. And it's not just big corporations that suffer. Small businesses, the backbone of any economy, are often hit hardest by excessive taxation. These are the businesses that create jobs, foster innovation, and contribute to the community in countless ways. Small businesses don't have the same resources as larger companies to absorb the blow, and many are forced to close their doors, leaving countless people unemployed. The ripple effect is felt throughout the community as local suppliers, service providers, and even other businesses suffer from the loss of economic activity. When small businesses close, it's not just the owners who suffer. Employees lose their jobs, families lose their income, and the community loses a vital part of its economic fabric. The dream of entrepreneurship becomes a nightmare, and the promise of prosperity fades away. It's a stark reminder of the importance of balanced taxation policies that support, rather than stifle, economic growth.